Okay, so this is my hair straight out of the shower. It's still pretty damp. I haven't used any towels or anything. I rinsed out my deep conditioner while I was in the shower and then did my shower stuff, so my hair is pretty much just like the water is dripped out of it. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Camille Rose Fresh Curl to my hair. I'm just gonna take a couple of pumps of the Fresh Curl and then just like apply it all over at first, just so to make sure that I get it on my hair while my hair is still pretty damp-ish. And then for you, you would probably be doing this to each one of your sections. But I'm just working the product through my hair to make sure that it gets everywhere, including on the roots of my hair as well, to keep that area moisturized. Okay, so once I feel that my hair is completely saturated with the product in it, this is when I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying my gel. It would work differently for you because you're going section by section. But for me, I am gonna first put the gel around my edges here because this area is still a little bit wet and I want to keep my hair pretty moist when I'm applying this gel. So I'm just gonna spritz my hair a little bit more. And then take a couple of pumps of the gel. So just that much gel. And then I'm applying it around my edges or around the short parts of my hair just to make sure that that area gets the gel that it needs before I start working in more detail with the other sections. And I'll show you the back just with the application here. Okay, so now that we're in the front, you can pretty much see more closely what it is that I'm doing. I don't know if you've noticed, but when I was defining the curls back here and over here, as I'm going through, I'm not using the comb to disturb the other sections that I've already done. That's just gonna make your hair frizzy. You wanna make sure you work section by section and leave the other sections alone once you're done with them. So it's really important to figure out a way to, like, as you're combing through, not disturbing these here. When I had longer hair, the way I used to do that was I used to get those little duckbill clips and just clip down that, just slide it in there and clip this one section down here at the root to make sure that I wasn't disturbing the root. So that's the easiest way I can think of to get that done, but I'm gonna show you up close. More of what it is that I'm doing. So I'm taking that section, I'm taking some gel, and I'm working that gel through a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm going to take more gel. And then looks like a blob. And then I'm working that excess gel up here up to the front. So now to define the curls within the smaller section here. This is the section here. I'm going to take an even smaller section, just like a little finger size section, and your curls will naturally clump themselves together, so you're only just going with what your curls are naturally clumping together. And then you're just going to go through like so. And just let them fall. So all you're doing is just taking what your curls are naturally clumping like, and then you're going through it with the comb. And as you can see, they separate on their own, so you're just keeping that separation and letting them fall where they need to. This is the quickest way that I know of how to define curls. I used to try and go through and like take each section and like do a finger twirl and, you know, finger twirl each section, but that's just not worth your time. Don't attempt to do this with a double tooth comb, and don't attempt to do this with a rat tail comb. Get a 3-row comb like this one, and that'll help to define your curls. I don't know what it is about this particular comb, but I've tried it with one that just had 2 rows of teeth, and I didn't get the same level of definition as I did when I used this comb here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and speed through and do the remainder of my sections here. I'm just gonna part that way and just keep doing it this way until I get all of my curls done. Overall, this whole entire process usually takes me about a good 30 minutes for me to define the curls and all that good stuff. But for 30 minutes of defining my curls, I get like a week's worth of wear out of my hair. So I think it's pretty worth the trade-off if you take your time and define the curls the way you're supposed to. And you'll see later on when the curls dry, they'll definitely dry and, you know, fluff up a little bit more. But if your hair is longer, it'll definitely just dry down, and then you'll have the weight of your hair to help, you know, with gravity. Okay, so this is the final look. Oops, got some gel. back there. So this is the final look. I'm not gonna, you know, run my fingers through it or anything. I'm just gonna leave the curls alone. As the day goes by, they're gonna dry on their own. So I suggest that you definitely do this maybe like on a Sunday, so that way your hair has time to like settle in for the work day on Monday. For me, by like an hour or two, my hair should be done air drying. I don't suggest that you use a blow dryer or a diffuser or anything like that. The only thing I would think that you could use would be a hooded dryer. So if you sit underneath the hooded dryer and just leave your hair undisturbed and put it on like a low setting or medium setting, so that way your hair doesn't dry like crispy or crunchy or anything like that. Couple of things. When your hair is finished drying, it's going to have like a little bit of a cast on it, so like a little bit of a crunchiness to it, because obviously we're using gel. The only thing you need to do is either take your hands at the roots of your hair and just kind of shake it out a little bit, or, you know, rub your hands over your head, or you can take a little smidge, like a dime-sized amount of oil, rub it in your hands, and just do a once over on your hair. Not anything too aggressive, just a once over, just to kind of like help break the cast up a little bit. So, you know, you want to apply a little bit of pressure and just a downward smoothing motion for your hair to get the cast off your hair. If you don't mind it, because I usually don't mind it because no one else is touching my hair, it helps to like help your hair last for the next couple of days.